What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets with Rob. How's everybody doing? Guess what, guys? Opening day is tomorrow, April 7th. Mets versus Nationals in Nationals Park at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm so excited. Finally, we get through the stupid lockout. We get through the crazy free agent frenzy, go through the month of spring training, and now tomorrow, guys, is opening day. And how perfect is it that the Yankees had to postpone the game for tomorrow and play their opener on Friday? Because guess what, guys? The Mets are only the ones that matter. So it's looking like the weather's getting a little bit better in Washington. It's not great. It's still going to rain. But around game time, it's around a 50 to 60% chance, which is nice to see. So I think they're going to get the game in, even if it might start a little later than usual. Instead of 4 o'clock, it might be like 5, just to get the game in. And I think they are going to get in the game today, or they would have probably canceled it by now. So the good news is the Mets should be playing tomorrow in Washington at 4:05. The other good news is that Tyler McGill is getting the opening day start for our New York Mets. I'm very excited about Tyler McGill. I just know he reminds me of Jacob deGrom when he came up, not necessarily stuff-wise, but his demeanor on the mound. And I think he's going to step up on the big stage, and he's not going to go 7 or 8 innings. It's just coming out of spring training, he might go 6. I think he's going to have a very good performance tomorrow. I trust him. I'd rather have Jacob deGrom. I'd rather have Max Scherzer, but it's perfect for this situation where we can get the butterflies out of Tyler McGill, get him going on opening day. He'll probably be in the rotation if the Mets don't make any other pitching moves. He'll be in the rotation, so we know Tyler McGill's going tomorrow. We know Max Scherzer's going on Friday. And then Chris Bassett on Saturday, and either Walker or Carrasco on Sunday. So we will see exactly what the rotation is going to look like, depending on who's going to be the 4th or 5th starter. If it's going to be Carrasco first or Walker, we'll get into that. We're still waiting for the complete final roster. It does look like I think Jankowski is on the taxi squad in Washington. I'm still waiting for the actual roster and everything like that to come out. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm surprised it's not even out yet, but sometimes they might just wait until tomorrow. So the good news is, guys, is that we are going to play baseball tomorrow. And finally, guys, it's opening week. It's opening day. Every team has a chance. You know how that mindset and that saying is, it's not the same old Mets where, Family Guy makes fun of us and saying, oh, the first pitch and the season is over. That's not the case this year, guys. It's a whole new team, whole new ownership. It's just good vibes around the Mets, and we got to keep that good vibes going, even though at times we'll probably be negative at some point because we are still Met fans, but there's so much to be excited about with this Mets team. Unfortunately, deGrom is not going to be here for the next couple of months, but we still have a pretty darn good rotation, and I'm very excited about the rotation still, especially with Scherzer on the mound being our ace every 5th day. I don't mind that, and then Bassett will be our number 2. I'm so excited about the rotation. I think we have a professional lineup, not great power-wise, but professionally and quality hitters all around, up and down this lineup, and that's exactly what we are looking for a team that couldn't score runs last year. And I think manufacturing runs is what the Mets had a problem with. I don't think they're going to have a problem with this year. So 17 people in the stream right now, guys. Don't forget to please hit on that like button. If you're new to the channel, say what's up in the chat and hit on that subscribe button and hit on that like button, guys. So I'm going to say what up to everybody in the chat right now and see what we are doing today. Christian, Lane, Webbs, Merlin Full, Watermelon, Grant, member of Talking Mets and Rob, Sean, a member of Talking Mets and Rob, and Daniel. All right, guys. So once again, guys, it's basically exactly 24 hours away. We would be ready for first pitch right about now. And right now, I got on SNY right now. Carlton and Roberts just turned up on the screen. So I usually watch that and then go right into baseball night in New York. So I'll be with you until 6 o'clock tonight, guys. A nice little 2-hour season preview of our New York Mets. So every question you have, all your opinions, everything's going to be laid out on the table today. I don't know how much we're going to get with the finalization of the roster. We might get it tomorrow. We might get it tonight. Hopefully we get it in the next 2 hours or so, because that would be great. So we know Tyler McGill is on the mound. Is Nimmo healthy enough to be on the opening day roster? It seems like we haven't heard anything, so I guess that's good news. And, there was already videos on Twitter that they reached Washington. They're ready to go. They're already practicing on the field today at Nationals Park, so it's great to see that the Mets seem like a quiet, confident bunch. Last year they seemed like they were just too cocky for their own good, and it showed. Now it just seems like they're having that quiet confidence. They know they're pretty good, and I don't think you have to concern yourself about them being overly cocky or ambitious for no apparent reason. They know they're good. They just have to prove it on the field. Doesn't matter what's on paper. It's what's the play on the field. So, and the Mets get that opportunity to show the NL East that they're not going to be a joke and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And that's what we hope as Mets fans this year. So let's go check out the comments. Christian says, unless the Mets go with 14 pitches instead of 15, it does not look like Jankowski will make the team. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Again, with the rain and not knowing how many innings McGill can go, and who knows if the rain will delay the game, you want to have as many bullpen arms as you can right now, just in case of rain scenarios, delays over the next 2 days alone. You might not want to push Scherzer too much in his first game on Friday, so you might be using the bullpen a lot the first 2 games of the year. So you might as well just put 15 pitchers coming up, the majority of them in the bullpen. Why not? It's not going to hurt us. It makes sense at this point. You don't want to, overly exert Scherzer. You don't want to overly exert McGill. So, 5-6 innings at the most you'll probably see from both of them. So the bullpen's going to be a big key, especially in this series. So Jankowski, I believe, is going to be on the taxi squad. So again, you're gonna have Dominic. I still feel like Dominic Smith might get the DH spot on opening day. I'm very interested to see what the lineup looks like. This is the first game that Buck's managing as the New York Mets manager officially. So I want to see how he's gonna jump around with the lineup. Some people think Cano's gonna be the DH. Some people are gonna think Smith's gonna be the DH. But guess what, guys? Patrick Corbin's on the mound tomorrow. That's a lefty. So I wouldn't be surprised if Buck goes, you know what, let's throw J.D. Davis out there as the DH. I would be perfectly fine with that because I like J.D. Davis as a hitter. And that's all I like him as a hitter. So I would not be shocked if you see J.D. Davis as the starting DH tomorrow for opening day against Patrick Corbin. If Nimmo's healthy, Marte leading off, Nimmo, we will go through the lineup in a little while, guys, but I'm going to keep on getting to your comments. But I'm very interested to see what Buck's going to do with this lineup. Once again, guys, we've got 28 viewers right now. Don't forget to hit on that like button. We'll be with you all the way until 6 o'clock tonight, going over all the Mets possible lineups, roster spots, everything we need to know for the series coming up against the Nationals. Remember, guys, it's a 4-game series, so this is an opportunity for the Mets to beat on a bad team. They have to beat the Nationals. We play them 19 times this year. We better have a way over 500 record against the Nationals. We got to beat up on the bad teams. We can't play games with these teams because the division is tough. We know about the Braves. The Phillies can bash. The Marlins always cause problems for the Mets. The New York Mets have to take advantage of playing the bad team first, especially 4 games in a row until we go to Philadelphia for 2 games on Monday and Tuesday. Again, we got the Nationals for 4, we got the Phillies for 2, and then we have the Diamondbacks coming home. So it's about a 4, 5, 6, 9 games in the next week where the Mets have to take advantage of the Nationals and the bad Nationals and the bad Diamondbacks. They got to take advantage. Give me 5-2. I take that. Oh, so excuse me, 4-2. That would be at the very least. I'd be happy with 5-1 against those teams. And then if you want to split against the series, I have no problem 6-2 in the first week and a half week of the season. I'd be happy with that, honestly. So gonna keep on going with your but yes, Christian, I do think the Mets gonna take an extra pitcher just because of the rain situation, just because of the delays they might have, and not expecting McGill or Scherzer in their first starts to go probably past 6 innings. So you're gonna need your bullpen for at least 4 or 3 innings going in the first 2 games of the year. Webbs, what's up, buddy? Mets are going to kill it this season. I have no doubt about it. Hoping McGill gets the ball tomorrow. He is, according to multiple reports, it's looking like, I think I just saw it. Yeah, so right now, Anthony DiComo just posted a video about Tyler McGill discussing opening day start for the Mets. So I'm gonna play it and just listen up, guys, so you can hear what he's saying.
Excited. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Yeah, it's just another game. I'm ready to go.
At what point did you maybe suspect that this could happen?
Obviously when DeGrom went down, and then with Scherzer, so left 2 options. Near Peterson, they happened to choose me. Yeah.
Coming into camp, the rotation looks pretty full, and you discussed that a little bit early in camp with us. What was it like to go from that situation to all of a sudden not only are there openings, but there's an opening for the first game of the year?
I wouldn't say. I mean, it just happened to fall in the right slot of where my throwing lines up with opening day, and just happened to choose me and started out on good note.
All right, guys. So that was Tyler McGill discussing his opening day start tomorrow. Again, you just heard his little interview just now. He's just a calm guy. His demeanor is perfect. He doesn't get too high or low. That's what I like about McGill. He has the same demeanor that I remember DeGrom having when he first came up. Quiet, throw everything out on the field. He doesn't, get overly excited, get overly mad. It's a perfect situation. I think it's going to help McGill so much and going to help them at so much that he's getting the start on opening day with all the lights and cameras on him. I think it's perfect. So I'm ready for McGill. I think McGill is going to pitch well. Merlin Fool, let's go McGill, absolutely. Watermelon, yes, he's pitching tomorrow. Yes. Yes, Grant, let's hope we don't get a rain delay. Get the game in. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Get the game in. There might be a delay here and there, but I'd rather them start the game a little bit later so they can get the game in than, causing a delay right in the 4th or 5th inning. I'd rather just have them push the game back an hour, get it in, and I'll be happy. Yeah, he's going to be a big piece, Miguel. He's going to pitch a lot. I just feel that way. And he deserves to be in the rotation. Yep, Sean McGill, baby. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I agree 100%. But again, Webbs, last year, the Mets pitching wasn't the problem. That was the unfortunate part. It was the Mets not scoring runs. In August, we lost 9 one-run games. 9 one-run games. And that was against the juggernauts of the NL West, the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres, all in a 2-week span. We lost 9 of those 12 games by 1 run. And that was because we didn't score. As much as pitching was, we had problems with our pitchers with injuries, but it wasn't pitching that was our problem. We couldn't score runs. And I don't care how good your pitching staff is. If you don't score runs, you're not winning. So, yes, pitching is important, but the Mets have to score runs. They have to prove that they can score runs. This team needs to score between 3 and 4 runs a game. I think that's a perfect area for the New York Mets to have control and take advantage of the bad teams they're facing in the first week of the season. 4 against the Nationals, 2 against Philly, and 3 against Arizona. Let me do my math again, 6. That's 9 games in the first week. 7 of those games are against bad teams. You have to take advantage of it. We should beat those teams up. Subaru, what's up? AJ, yes, I am live streaming tomorrow's opening day game. I'm gonna be early tomorrow. It's gonna be around. I'm gonna do a nice, a pretty long pregame around 2:00. Maybe 1:30. I'm not sure yet, but I think I'm gonna put it for 2:00. So we're gonna have a nice pregame for the 2 hours, and we're gonna take it right into the game at 4:00. And hopefully we don't have too many delays, but at least I know that I will be live during the game. So make sure you guys tune in and hang out with me during the game. And, I got my scorebook ready right over here, guys. I got it ready right here, ready to go. The Bob Carpenter scorebook. I know he's a Nationals play-by-play guy, but he has one of the best sports books out there. I've had many, and this one's one of the best ones I had. So, thank you, AJ. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm thinking about like what I did in the spring training game about doing the radio call as well for opening day. If you guys want me to do that, I'll definitely do that again. With the MLB game day up there as well. So I'll do the radio, and during commercials, I will talk about the inning and everything like that. It seemed like a lot of people liked that the last time during the spring training game. So I'm going to do it for opening day and see if everybody likes it. If not, we'll change it up. Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. I don't know if he's going to pitch 200 innings, Merlin Full, because, if DeGrom does come back in like mid-June, McGill's kind of the last man out unless Carrasco and Walker fall apart. I wouldn't go. I think he's going to have a high 3 ERA. I'm not going to go crazy yet. 200 innings is maybe a little bit much. I could see him doing 150 innings for sure. But that, what? Like I said, we'll see what happens. It all depends on health for this team. And if the majority of this team's healthy, this team should have no problem making a run for this division. Daniel, I think the reason why the Mets didn't sign Tony Watson, because I don't think Tony Watson wants to come to the East Coast. I think that's the only thing I can think of. Because he hasn't signed yet, so I don't know if he's contemplating retirement or he wants to stay on the West Coast and hopes a team from the West Coast comes there. That's the only thing I can think of, because I don't see why the Mets wouldn't even try to get him. But Joely Rodriguez, like I said, guys, I think the Mets' philosophy when it comes to lefties is lefties by committee. That's what I think. I don't think they feel like they need a top-end lefty in the later innings, or, like a Chase and Shreve or, with Rodriguez. I think they want like a lefty by committee. They think most lefties can get out left-handed pitchers can get left-handed hitters. That's what I think that their philosophy is. But again, I'm not worried if Shreve and Rodriguez don't perform and can't get the lefties out that they're supposed to get. And like they're going to get it tested right away with Juan Soto in this lineup. So if the Mets have a problem getting out the big left-handed bats and Shreve and Rodriguez is not performing, I feel confident that the Mets are either going to sign somebody that is still out there or make a trade for another left-hander. I'm confident in that. Yeah, Grant. They still got the taxi squad that they had during the pandemic year as well. So the taxi squad, Jankowski looks like he's going to be on, because I think the Mets are going to carry a couple of more pitchers just to be safe if there's any. Oh, yep, my bad. I'm sorry about that. I just realized that. I don't see it on my screen, but I looked at you up there. Hey, look, there I go. See my big white face. Thank you so much, Merlin. I forgot to take that one off. I couldn't see it on my my streaming video. I saw it when I just clicked on the YouTube and I saw your comment. Yeah. Well, who wants to see my face, Thank you. Yeah, so Jankowski's looking like he's going to be on the taxi squad for the Mets. So that's a good sign. Once again, Merlin, thank you so much about the little logo thing. Oh, that's always good, Sean. Getting out of work. That's the best part of the day. And what's even better than getting out of work? Getting out of work and knowing there's going to be a game tomorrow. Oh, or that day. That's the best. Chris, what's up? I don't know if they're gonna, because I was looking at the weather. Let me just check it while we're talking right now. Let me see. DC. All right, so I'll look at the hourly forecast. All right, let's see what it says. So in the morning, it's around between 50 and 80%. And then when you get to like midday, it goes to 70. And around 4 and 5 o'clock, it's 68%, 47%. And 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. is 33% and 22%. So I wouldn't be surprised if they push it to like 5 o'clock, 5:30. Just so they can, keep the field dry, get the field as dry as possible. So I could see them delaying the game for like an hour or so. So, because, it was 95% 2 days ago. So that's a good sign. But again, Mother Nature has its own way of doing things. So hopefully I think we're going to get the game, and I don't think we're too worried about that. Mothman, what's up? Frank, again, the hard thing about that, you didn't pay Kana to sit on the bench. You just didn't. You didn't give him, $3 million a year to sit on the bench. This ain't a Kevin Pillar situation that you brought him in for a bench. You brought Kana in to be your left fielder. That's what you did. You got to give Kana the chance. Again, you got a lefty on the mound, which I think Dominic Smith can hit lefties. That's not a problem. But I think Buck Showalter is going to go with his gut. And honestly, J.D. Davis and Dominic Smith had a really good spring. I think to be safe, start J.D. Davis at DH. By the 5th inning, Corbin's going to be out. If they bring in a tough righty, just switch it up. Put Dominic Smith pinch hit. Put Dominic Smith at the DH spot in the 5th or 6th inning when they take Corbin out. You got that. You don't have to worry about having keeping your bench because there's no double switches. You don't have to pitch hit for the pitcher. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. So you're not going to lose your bench like you would in a normal National League game. So now you have the DH now where you can easily make that move and not worry about it. And you still got 3 guys on your bench or 2 guys on your bench. Obviously if there's injuries, you have to worry a little bit. But other than that, that's why, the American League rules with the DH is a lot easier. And you don't see a lot of the guys, that's why they have smaller benches than National League teams at the time. Because National League teams would have a couple of more guys on their bench, maybe 1 or 2 more guys than an American League when they might have 3 on the bench instead of 5. So I think J.D. Davis should get the start at DH because he kills lefties. And I think it would be a smart move just to get it going. And by the 5th or 6th inning when Corbin's gone, throw Dominic Smith out there. Why not? You got that versatility now. Use it to our advantage. Jose, what's up? All right, Grant, I like that. Perfect timing. Mothman, I was playing the new MLB The Show. Almost had a perfect game. Online match. Last guy hit a home run with 2. Oh, that sucks. That's the worst. Yeah, like I said with the Phillies, look, we know what the Phillies are. The Phillies are an offensive juggernaut. That's what they are. But they lack defense. Their rotation after Wheeler is questionable. Suarez is good, is decent. I don't know what Aaron Nola is going to be. He was the ace of the staff a couple of years ago, but he has digressed a lot over the last 2 years. So I don't know what you're getting from him. If Nola becomes the ace they expected, well, guess what? They got a nice 1-2 punch. And then you have to worry a little bit. But their defense is very bad. Their bullpen is still very questionable. They just took on 2 Mets that everybody had no problem with the Mets not bringing back. So they have bullpen questions. They have rotation questions. Yes, they're going to hit. That's why these series against the Phillies, you're going to have to score a lot of runs, because in the Phillies series, if I'm not mistaken, if you're going to go in order here and McGill's going to pitch tomorrow, you're going to have Scherzer on Friday, Bassett Saturday, Sunday is going to be either Carrasco or Walker, and Monday, the first game in Philadelphia, it's either going to be Carrasco or Walker. So you're either going to have Walker or Carrasco, and then going back to McGill. So, and then with the off day, I think Scherzer can come back on Thursday for the Mets home opener if I'm doing the rotation properly, but they can switch it around. If there's a rain delay, if the postponement, we'll see. But you're gonna have Carrasco or Walker starting that Philly series, and we already know that's probably not going to be a good sign. You're gonna have to score runs in that 2-game series. Yeah, Frank. Yesterday I showed my divisions. I did my MLB season preview yesterday. I gave all my division winners and who was going to make the playoffs. I put the Mets at 92 wins, and that was the same amount of wins that I had prior to DeGrom going out, and I kept 92 wins because I still feel this team can still win that many games even without DeGrom, because the Mets never score for DeGrom anyway, and it seems like they lose almost every other start that he pitches. If the Mets don't win 1-0, DeGrom usually gets the loss, and the Mets usually lose. So I think that 92 wins is kind of in the middle when it comes. I think, if things go wrong, they can clearly win under 90 games. If everything goes right and we get DeGrom back in middle of June and everything goes right, I can see the Mets winning top out 94, 95 wins. But I do have the Mets coming in second place in the division. I think the Braves are the best team in the East. Again, things can change. Can the Braves be good enough until they get Acuna back? Probably. I mean, they won the World Series without him, so they're probably going to be pretty good. They got that power bat in Olsen now. They got Rosario back. They still got Swanson, Albies, Riley, all those guys that we are accustomed to seeing. And Darno has been a pretty good player for them as well. So, they got a nice rotation. Their bullpen is pretty strong. They're going to be a tough team. The good news is the Mets don't play the Braves, I think, until May, the first week in May. So we don't have to worry about them for the first month. So the Mets, like I said, guys, the first 9 games, the Mets have to take advantage of the Nationals and the Diamondbacks. You have to beat those teams. You obviously got to win the series. Take 3 out of 4 against the Nationals. I'm not going to say sweep the Nationals. That's a little way too optimistic, in my opinion. There's always a game where you might just, not have it that day. But take 3 out of 4 against the Nationals. Anything under 3 out of 4 is a disappointment. The Phillies, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets split. And then the Diamondbacks, take 2 out of 3. Win series. If you win the series, you have a pretty good chance of getting that 90-plus win total. Just like that. Tyler, I don't know if he's a future ace, but I could see him as a solid number 2 or 3 for sure. Daniel, I'm worried about Walker and Cook. Yeah, again, look around the league. How many teams have 4th and 5th starters that have a 3 ERA or 3.5 ERA? Not many. So if Walker and Carrasco can pitch from 3.5 to 4.1 ERA, that's perfect for us. You got to remember, we're so hell bent on the 4th and 5th starter when most 4th and 5th starters are in the league, or at least a 3.8 ERA. There's not many, if at all, 4th and 5th starters in the league for teams that are pitching at a 3.3 ERA or 3.2 ERA. It's just not a lot of teams, if any. Maybe 1 or 2. You might see maybe the Padres. You might see, maybe the Brewers. But other than that, there's not a lot of teams that have, guys that are throwing 3.2, 3.3 ERAs as their 4th and 5th starter. So I'm not concerned about that. Only thing you want from your 4th and 5th starter, just don't look at the name. Look at what the 4th and 5th starter is expected to be for your team. You want from a 4th and 5th starter, give me 5 innings, 2 to 3 runs, keep us in the ball game. That's what you want from your 4th and 5th starter. Occasionally, you'll get a jump from one of these guys. But most of the time, you want your 4th and 5th starter because you're usually your ace and your number 2 starter are the guys that go 6, 7, 8 innings and save your bullpen. With a good team, you want your bullpen to be working with your fourth and fifth starter, because you expect your fourth and fifth starter to go maybe 5 innings, possibly 6. So you're expecting to use your bullpen in those games. What you don't want to do is rely on your bullpen for 3-4 innings when your 1-2, possibly 3 starter is the guys you expect to go 6-7 innings on a regular basis. Your fourth and fifth starter, don't expect more than 5 innings. Yeah, occasionally they might be good enough where you go 6 innings, but don't expect your fourth and fifth starter to go past that. You want your fourth and fifth starter 3 runs, 5 innings, keep your team in the game. That's what you want your fourth and fifth starter to do. And then you take your bullpen, take control over those games. That's what the Mets need to do. Because you're relying on 1, 2, and 3 to pitch you 6-7 innings and save your bullpen. Because you see it with a lot of teams. When they're struggling in the top part of their rotation and, they're not pitching well, and now you got to use your bullpen and overuse your bullpen, now you're relying on your fourth and fifth starter to give you innings when most of the time they're not going to give you innings. And that's when your bullpen gets tired and you overuse your bullpen. But I trust the fact that I can see Bassett and Scherzer going 6-7 innings per start. I can see that. And I'm not worried about that. So that will save your bullpen, in my opinion. Look, Murphy, I like Marte a lot. You've seen it in spring training, his speed, his on base percentage. You see how he hits the ball. He doesn't try to hit home runs. He puts the bat in the ball. He's a line drive hitter. He's a perfect guy at the leadoff spot. And hopefully Nimmo's healthy. Perfect number 2. That's something that the Mets did not have. They had Nimmo. And you could talk about McNeil. I would put McNeil in the 9 spot. So you have like a second leadoff hitter. I think, you put McNeil 9, Marte 1, Nimmo 2. I think that works out perfectly. And, you can change it every now and then. But I like Marte and I like Nimmo 1, 2. Excuse me. Yeah, Marte will definitely play center field as Nimmo's not ready. But again, if Nimmo's out for that game, maybe Jankowski can be in there from the taxi squad. You put Jankowski in center and leave Marte in right. And that should be fine as well. But again, you can always just, put Connor in the center field, throw Dominic Smith in left, and Marte in right, and there you go. And now J.D. Davis can be your DH. So I think it will work. But again, the Mets have options now. And good options. They don't have bad options like they used to. There is no more, oh God, the Eric Campbells of the world on this bench anymore. And that's something that is noticeable this year. Your bench is pretty strong. Your bench can easily start on a lot of teams. That's important. J.D. Davis can be an everyday DH. Dominic Smith can be an everyday first baseman or everyday left fielder. The same thing with Luis Guillorme. He can play second. He can play short. He can play third as a starting position as well. So you got multiple guys on the bench that can start. And that's something to be very excited about as well. We talked about the bench mob last year that kept us afloat when McNeil was out and Conforto was out and all those guys were out. We had the bench mob. It's similar this year. The bench is better than last year. And that's something to be excited about as well. I don't think. Look, if the Mets need another bat at the deadline, they'll get it. I'm not worried about that. Right now we got a nice quality lineup with professional hitters that I trust. I trust Escobar. I trust Marte. I trust Connor, even though some people don't like Connor. Connor's going to be I think he's going to be somewhat shocking to a lot of Mets fans because we heard of Marte. We heard of Escobar. Not a lot of people heard about Connor. And, I know he's not a 270 hitter. He's a 230 hitter, but he's an on-base percentage guy. He's a guy that likes to put the bat on the ball. He strikes out, but in situations that when runners in on base, I think he's going to do very well for us. People are going to start to like Connor when they start to notice that a little bit. And I do think the New York Mets did a very good job of bringing this lineup to a lineup where you're starting to trust this lineup. You know, when Marte's up, I trust him. When Escobar's up, I trust him. When Connor's up, I trust him. And the same thing I feel this year with Lindor. Some reason I feel like Lindor took a deep breath this year. He seems calm. He seems excited, but he doesn't seem he just in his interviews alone, he just sounds more comfortable. And I think that's going to help him at the plate. And Pete Alonso is going to be Pete Alonso. He's going to bash. And then, you know, you're not even talking about our DH who can be Dom Smith or JD Davis or Robinson Cano. And some people think that James McCann is going to have a bounce back year offensively. Great. If you can stretch out your lineup even further, and now you're not even, I didn't even bring up McNeil yet. If McNeil can have a bounce back year, well, guess what, guys? This lineup's going to be a lot nicer than we even expect. So again, I wanted another big bat, but I'm not going to say it's going to hurt us in the long haul. But again, you have to wait until you see, you know, is this team going to be able to drive in runs? I think they will, but we have to wait and see. Yes, the Mets do have David Peterson at the moment. You know, he's basically a depth piece, just in case of anything. Hey, listen, I wouldn't be surprised. He's got that demeanor. You know, McGill got the stuff. La Potencia, what's up? Don't worry, guys. I'm getting to all your comments. I'm up to 4:19 p.m. and it's already 20 minutes past that, so I'll be catching up. That's all right. You know what? I'm not too worried about it. Give Scherzer a day off, an extra day. He'll pitch. Don't worry, guys. We get to watch him on Apple TV. Yay! Let's hope McGill is not no Dylan G. You know what? Nino played very well in spring. You know, he had a couple of home runs. He actually hit better than James McCann. But you know what? You paid McCann the money. So put him out there. If he struggles, I have confidence that Nito can step in and be, if not just as bad, probably a little bit better. Stoney, a member of Talking Mets and Rob. A long time no see. I thought you don't like me no more. I thought you said, you know, the hell with Rob. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Roberto, a member of Talking Mets and Rob. What's up? Yeah, I think they are still looking out at other options. You know, they probably talked to the Reds. It seems like they're in on Montas. We haven't heard about much, but again, the Mets haven't been leaking a lot of information. I think that if we get Montas, I mean, look out. I mean, geez. You know, Bassett, Montas, and Scherzer at your 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo. I'd like that in a heartbeat. Yeah, J-Ram is a Guardian for a while now. But again, he has a no trade clause, but that doesn't mean he might not force them to get a trade. If he wants to be traded, they will trade him at some point. He's not going to last on that team. I still feel like in a year or two, he's going to be out. You know, they're going to lose probably close to 100 games, maybe 90, 95. You know, him losing is, you know, you're just wasting him there. So it is what it is. Yeah, Mothman. They got a very good, you know, with Lopez and Alcantara, Sixto Sanchez. You know, they got a lot of nice, very good pitchers. And unfortunately, you know, the Mets have a problem beating the Marlins. They always have. You know, maybe it'll be different this year. We got a more of a professional lineup this year. We got more veterans. So, and it seems like it's a whole different team. But we'll see. You know, the Marlins had our number over the last couple of years. We need to change that. Yeah, Stoney, we're all excited. We're ready. We're definitely ready. Don't worry, Lopez. Like I said, you know, that's the reason why the Mets got Scherzer. That's the reason why they traded for Bassett, because in this situation, you know, if just God forbid if we didn't have Scherzer, you know what I'm saying? You know, usually in years past, if DeGrom went down, season over. But you know, we still have an ace. Scherzer's still an ace. You know, maybe when you start seeing them pitch, maybe you'll get them juices flowing again and getting all that buzz back. just because, you look at it now like, damn, DeGrom's not pitching. That sucks. But this team is still good. This rotation is still good. Is it great? No. But it's good enough to get by for the next couple of months. And look, if DeGrom in 4 weeks gets bad news, well, guess what? The Mets will make a move. They will make a move. That's what I'm not worried about. If the Mets need another arm in this rotation, a good arm, like Montas, like Castillo, keep on going with other pitchers that you might think of. The Mets will do it. I'm not worried about that this year. Well, Scherzer was throwing in the outfield today at Nationals Park a couple hours ago, so I think he's fine. Yeah, Lapatetia. That's why I think they pushed it back, because they know the weather's going to be crappy. And the last thing you want to do is have them pitch 2 innings, the rains come, and now you have a 2-hour rain delay. And guess what? Now Scherzer's out of the game. Now you got to use your whole bullpen for 7 innings. And that's not what you want to do, especially if McGill's going to pitch the next day. That'd probably go 5 innings at best. So, I mean, it is what it is. Again, it's the start of the season. Don't look too much into it. Again, we're not playing a very good team. The Mets I don't care who's on the mound. The Mets need to take advantage of a bad Nationals team. Their rotation is garbage. Garbage. Patrick Corbin hasn't been good since 2019 in the second half. He is not the same pitcher he was a couple of years ago. Beat up on that jerk. Beat up on him. Look at the Nationals rotation. They got Fetty, Corbin, Anibal Sanchez. Come on. We got to beat these teams up. I don't care, Nelson Cruz. I don't care about Juan Soto. Just don't let them two beat you. If other guys beat you, there's tippy cap. But those are the 2 guys in the lineup that we cannot have beat us, because their rotation is not good. The Mets need to score runs again in this series. There's no excuse. They should beat up on the rotation. Beat the hell up on this rotation. Yeah, Aiden. Well, guess what? The Yankees are not playing tomorrow because of the rain, so they got an extra day with Judge. Yeah, the weather's going to be crappy. I mean, it's going to be worse in New York tomorrow than it is DC, but it's supposed to rain the entire day. But when the Mets are supposed to start, it's like a 50-60% chance of rain. Again, that can change. 2 days ago, it said 95% throughout the entire day. So, once again, we don't know. At one moment, it could be, crappy out in the morning, and then it just looks nice all of a sudden. But, it's going to be a chilly day. I think it's going to be around 49, 50 degrees. Like I said, it's going to be tough to warm up. Again, I don't expect McGill to go past 5 innings. So I think they're going to get the game in. It's going to be a lot worse in New York than it is in D.C. Yeah, Lane, I'm not excited. I'm not really happy about that. Again, I don't know if I think the Giants, honestly, I was amazed what they did last year. I mean, absolutely amazed. I mean, who do they have? They got a lot of older guys. They're a good team, but are they going to repeat and be the same team, the really badass team they were last year? I don't know. So I don't really know if the Giants are that good. If they were the team that they were last year, this year, yeah, it sucks that we have to face them in April. But again, we don't know how good they're going to be yet. I don't trust their rotation. I know they got Rodon. They made some moves with the rotation. Is the lineup going to be as good as last year? I don't know. They kind of on the borderline to me. I have them in 3rd place in the NL West, winning 90 games. I'm dropping them 10 games. So, I don't think they're going to be as good as last year. But I'm not very happy about playing them in April. But I'd rather get some of the West Coast games out of the way, honestly. Yes, Merlin, full, definitely. Like I said, they might push if you look at 5 o'clock, there's like 50% chance of rain. So if they push it back an hour, they got from like 5 to 7 where they got a nice gap of less than 60% chance of rain. So they might be, you can get the majority of the game in, which is good. And worst case scenario, if they can't get the rest of the game in, they'll just have to pick up the game the next day. They got a night game on Friday, so they can actually play the game a couple hours before that game and finish out the game. Oh, Mothman, that's awesome. Unfortunately, I was supposed to go to DC on the weekend, but I was supposed to go to opening day. But then, with the weather, I just didn't want to risk it. And, it would basically be no sleep for like a day and a half, going from work and going straight to DC. Something I was looking forward to do. If it was a nice day, I would be really pissed if they delayed the game or they canceled the game and I was there. So I just decided not to go the entire weekend. And I'll just end up going to Citi Field on opening day. I'm going to 3 out of the 4 games at home. So I'm going to miss the National Series, the Philly Series going there because I planned on going there. But with work, it's just a little tough. But that's all right. You definitely have fun. Yeah, Stoney, I know it's a little different, right? Sean, what's up? Yeah, it is a little different. During the lockout, the MLB Free Agent Frenzy streams, so many different fans of other teams. It's a lot more. So I basically put the tags related to the Mets, like 95% of it, because, this is Mets season preview. I know there's going to be a couple of Yankee fans because, they became cool people and they follow the channel. So that's fine. We're not going to talk, 90% Yankees on here anymore. It's just not happening, but, I'm going to be respectful for the people who's been showing support to my channel for sure. No, Merliful, no. I mean, I'm going to pull it up. Where the hell did I put it? Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to show you. I don't know if some of you guys were here yesterday. I think I have it. Where the hell is it? Give me a second, guys. Let me just find my little division thingy where I put it yesterday for my MLB season preview. All right, here we go. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. Just give me a second. Let me just find my NL division. All right, there we go. All right, let me just share my screen. And I'll show you what I have for my divisions. For the NLEs, mostly. All right, so there we go, guys. So let me just move the... there we go. That's better. All right, so that's my NL East right there. Let me just move that stupid like button. All right, so I got the Phillies winning 89 games. That's what I have. So obviously you can see who I put first, second, third, and who's making the playoffs. So I think the offense is good enough to win close to 89, close to 90 games. I think the Phillies rotation is going to be a problem in their bullpen. That's why I'm not giving them 90 wins. I am just getting the Mets in the playoffs at the 5th wildcard team going into it. And you see the Cardinals being the 6th and last final wildcard team. So I put the Dodgers at 100 wins. If you notice, I didn't put nobody with 100 losses. I feel like I'm trying to respect all the teams in the league. I do feel like, let me not. It's embarrassing to have 100 losses, so I didn't want to put it. But I think the Pirates are going to be the worst team in the National League. So with the NL East in general, you could see I got the Braves, the Mets, the Phillies. I think the Mets are good enough to win 92 games. The Phillies, like I said, if things go right in their rotation, like I said, if Will is going to be good. If Aaron Nola goes back to his 2019 status, then you know what, the Phillies are going to be pretty good. But that's a big if because he hasn't shown it in the last couple of years. So I do think that it's important for the Mets to get ahead quickly and win games in April. You got to get ahead. Don't mess around. Don't hang around these teams. You know what? Beat the Phillies' ass on Monday and Tuesday. Beat their ass. Don't play games. But that is my my divisions right there. I still think the Braves are the best team in the division. I think that's fair. You know, Soroka is supposed to be coming back. Acuna is going to be coming back. It's just going to make them better. So, you know, I'm giving respect to the champions, but I also think the Mets have a pretty good chance, if everything goes right, to maybe fight for the division. But I'm going to put them in second place. So that's what I think. Let's see. I'm just getting back in the... Frank, no problem, buddy. Anytime. All right. Let me just check the comments. I know I've been rambling, so I'm just going to keep on checking the comments. Future Ace. Leaf, how you doing? I see you guys talking to each other, so I'm just gonna keep on going past the comments. To see if anybody's La Potencia. Yes, the Marlins always give us trouble. Let me change this banner. It's kind of annoying. Just give me a second. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get it. Okay. I just want to make sure we can get... Okay, that's better. I'm trying to get the comment pretty big so we can... let me just move my camera a little bit. All right, cool. So there we go. I just want to get the comment thing a little bit bigger for everybody. So, yeah, the Marlins always give us problems. They give everybody in NL East problems, and it's always annoying. But you know what? It's about time for the Mets to kick some ass. I mean, we're sick of, you know, being a team that people are beating up on. Let's kick some ass this year. Like, let's go. No games. Let's play some damn ball. Greg, who's got a better 5 starters than the Padres? No. Listen, you know, Clevenger's coming back from Tommy John. Snell, you know, it can be an ace of the staff. Musgrover's pretty good. Minaya, obviously, you know, is the number 2, number 3 on most teams. You know, Darvish can stay healthy. They got a really good, really damn good rotation. But again, you know, they're losing Tatis Jr. for a couple of months. Can their offense pick up that rotation a little bit? Can their rotation piggyback and help that lineup? I would hope they would. But again, they don't have an easy road too. They got to beat up the Giants. They got to beat up the Dodgers. Yes, they're probably going to beat up the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. But you know, again, the Padres on paper looked pretty damn good last year, and they fell apart. You know, I think that division, that clubhouse, I think it's a little toxic. Honestly, I think there's problems in that clubhouse. Again, you got to see how they play. But you know what? Until they do it, I can't believe in them. But they do. On paper, they got a really good rotation for sure. That's a scary rotation, no doubt about it. But there's no guarantee that they'll make the playoffs either. You know, honestly, especially in the NL West, it's going to be rough. Yeah, I don't think Conforto is going to sign until probably after the draft because then there's no draft pick compensation. PJC, what's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Max is pitching on Friday. We got Tyler McGill for opening day, Dakota. Yeah, you know, the Mets are just giving him an extra day, and because of the weather being so crappy tomorrow, just give him the extra day. You know, he's got a hamstring issue, so you don't want to, you know, have him slip or anything like that and aggravate it to the point where he's going to be out a month. So give him the extra day. I think it's playing it safe. Why wait? Because I think, you know, there's a pretty good chance the Mets are going to be in the running in April, May, and June, in the first, second spot of the division. So it's not the end of the world. You know, like I said, if the Mets need a bat, they'll go get one. You know, but there's no guarantee we need a bat. You know, this team might be fine. Just because we don't have, quote unquote, the big bat doesn't mean this team's not going to be good. You know, this team could score 4 or 5 runs a game. Just because Pete Alonso is the biggest home run guy and the power guy on this team, you know, Escobar got some pop. You know, again, I want a bigger bat, but I'm not going to be naive to think that this lineup's garbage because they're not. They're going to score runs. Again, it's not all about hitting the 3-run homer. You know, this team looks like it can be driving in runs with base hits, sac flies, manufacturing runs, which the Mets didn't do last year. This team with the veteran lineup, I feel confident that they will get those sac flies when they need it, moving runners over, manufacturing runs, stealing bases. It's a whole different team than last year. You know, this team last year was basically going base to base until they got Baez last year. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of stolen bases. We had a terrible team that was running the bases. This team was terrible running the bases last year, getting caught stealing, not reading the ball off the bat, getting caught at third base, trying to take the extra base, everything like that. This team is a better base running team. You know, you got the Marte, you saw what he can do on the base path. I trust Nimmo for the most part. Escobar's a veteran. Connor's a veteran. These guys know what they're doing. I trust them and know what they're doing. This team's going to score runs. They're just not going to do it with flair. You know, they're not going to hit the 3-run bomb, you know, the grand slam like that. You're not going to get the dramatics. You're going to get a professional team that drives in runs by manufacturing runs, sac flies, moving runners over, you know, things like that. Getting base hits. That's the team that this lineup looks like. Yeah, Lane, I think we're going to get it in. It's going to be a nasty day, but I think it's going to get it in. I don't think they, you know, honestly, I don't think the Mets were heavily involved with Bryant. Again, I wanted Bryant. You guys know, you follow my channel. I've been saying this since last year. I wanted Chris Bryant. But what the Rockies gave Chris Bryant is absolutely insane. If the Mets would have done that, I would have liked the player, but I would have not been happy with that contract they give. You know, I think what I wanted them to give when I did my video was 6 for 140. It was well above that. So I wouldn't have went as far as the Rockies because Bryant's good, but he ain't that good. But again, Khan is still a solid professional player. Like, yes, he's not Bryant, but once again, Kana's a pretty good ball player. People are going to be, Met fans are going to be surprised about Kana. You know, don't look too much into it because he's probably going to platoon a lot with Smith as well. So Met fans will be happy about that. He's going to be okay. Not too concerned about that. Once again, guys, 56 viewers right now. Love all the support we're getting right now for Mets season preview 2022. Opening day tomorrow in Nationals Park against the Nationals, 4 p.m. I will be going live at 2 p.m. tomorrow for a nice little pregame right into Mets Nationals at 4 o'clock. So don't forget, when I post the live stream, click on it, hit that bell so you get notified when I go live at 2 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be a long one tomorrow, 2 until whenever the hell the game ends. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So keep on tuning in, guys. You're new to the channel, hit on that subscribe button, guys. Keep on coming back for more. This is a free forum for all Mets fans. No doubt about it. You're not sure about the channel? Ask anybody that's checking out in the chat right now. One thing I don't do, I don't block people. I let everybody speak their mind, tell their opinions, and we have fun as baseball fans. So with that, keep on going to the comments, guys. But thank you all for tuning in, guys. Jose, how you doing? Yes, Leaf. October 5th is correct. If I'm not, let me check. Yes, I think it's the 5th. Yes. Lucian says, Cy McGill. I like that. I was going to go with McGilly Day. But yeah, I like Cy McGill. I like that. You know, somebody put a McGill bump day or something like that on Twitter. So McGill bump day, we got Cy McGill. We got McGilly Day. Keep it going. Dakota, you're a Tigers fan. Hey, listen, Austin Meadows, that trade was very nice as well. You know, you're still a team that I don't think is going to make the playoffs, but you're definitely an up-and-coming team for sure, Dakota. Met talk with Hayden. What's up, buddy? It's all good, Stoney. Yeah, a lot of potential. I know that's your boy, but he could sit his $20 million ass on the bench. Let's keep him there. You know what? Go have a barbecue tomorrow. I'll tell Cano to go over there. Let's bring Jankowski up. Let's go. Hey, we'll see him ultimately. Like I said, I really think if Cookie and Walker struggle, I think the Mets are going to give every opportunity to Peterson and McGill. And if that's not going to pan out too well, guess what, guys? This is what we got to do. Get Frankie Montas. Get Billy Bean on that damn phone. Say, hey, Billy, we got a good relationship. Let's work out a deal. Get his ass to Queens. Because even if DeGrom comes back, you got DeGrom, Scherzer, Montas, Bassett, 1 through 4. That's the best rotation in baseball. No doubt about it. There's no argument with that. The Church of Steve Cohen if you get Montas. Listen, let's go. This is the difference. Met fans used to dream of these type of trades on being on these deals. Look, the Will Ponter here, Scherzer wouldn't be here. Bassett wouldn't be here. We might probably would have brought back Todd Frazier. You know what I'm saying? You know, who knows? You know, we now when we think about trades, it's actually a realistic possibility. Like the funny people that like to comment on the Frankie Montas video that I did and say it's a pipe dream. No, it's not. This is the Steve Cohen Mets. This is not the Jeff Wilpon, Fred Wilpon Mets. It's different. The Mets can make that trade. The same people who are bashing and saying that it's a pipe dream are the same people that were saying that when Scherzer was an option for the Mets, and people were like, it's a pipe dream. He's never coming here. Guess what? He's wearing orange and blue, and he's out east at this moment. So everything's a possibility at this point with Steve Cohen at the helm. Kevin McReynolds. That's an interesting comparison, Jose. That is I didn't even think of that. If my dad was here right now, he would actually probably shake his head and nod, say yes. Honestly, my dad loves Kevin McReynolds for some reason, but he likes him. So, hey, my favorite player is Ray Ordonez. So he wasn't the best player, but he could snag him at shortstop for sure. There you go, Stoney. Dakota, yes, they do got good pitching for sure. Well, the offense, like I said, you got a lot of up and coming players coming up in your farm system. So you're like 1-2 years away, Dakota. JD, what's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Who's starting right field? Marte. Nimmo's going to be a center fielder, and Connor's going to be a left fielder. The Blind Beard, how you doing? I am so worried the game will be canceled or postponed tomorrow. I have to work 16 hours on Friday, so I won't be able, to watch any game on Friday. I may be able to listen. Well, the weather isn't as bad in DC as it is in New York. There's a little bit of a window between 4 and 5 where they can get the game in. So let's hope, Beard, that we actually get that game in so you can watch the game and you don't have to worry about fighting around to listen to the game on your 16-hour Friday workday. There you go. You see, I'm a little bit being a little selfish here. I want the game to start on time because I have to go to bed too for work. So I like the game to start on time. But for your sake, Beard, if it starts 2 hours early and you get to watch the beginning of the game, that would be great. Lane Jankowski at the moment is on the taxi squad. The 4 or 5 players that are on the taxi squad that are a part of the roster, technically, they can fill in just in case of an injury or something like that. Like if Nimmo can't go tomorrow, Jankowski would probably be your center fielder. So, yeah, but Jankowski's on the taxi squad. He's not officially on the opening day roster, but he's on the taxi squad. Lane Thomas is good. He's one of those young kids the Nats have, for sure. Let's see what you got, Frank. I know we spent money on some pieces for this team like Kana, McCann, etc. But at some point, do you think they need to put the players on the field, give us the best chance of winning? Yeah, but again, you pay these players based on your projections of these guys, and the Mets like Kana, the Mets like Marte, the Mets like Escobar. Throw them out there on the first week, see how it goes. If they struggle, you still got Smith, you still got Davis. You got guys on the team that can fill in very easily for these guys with no problem. So, I'm not too concerned about it because our bench can also be starters as well. So I'm not too concerned about that. The Mets believe in these guys. You got to go into opening day with the guys that you believe in. And if you believe in Kana, you believe in Escobar, Marte, McCann, you got to run with those guys on opening day. Because the worst thing you want to do is start a guy who is not injured, put a guy on the bench that's not injured, who you're paying money to. And I always think on opening day, you put your lineup out there that the guys that you believe in, that you paid for, put them out there on opening day. If they're injured, obviously you would put the next guy in. But if they're healthy, put those guys in on opening day. Again, this is not the 2005 Mets, the 2008 Mets, where, you don't really put your bench in at most of the time. You play your starters every day. Everybody's versatile nowadays. Connor can play center. Connor can play right. Smith can play first. He can DH. He can play left field. JD Davis, we don't want him there, but he can play third base. He can DH. Luis Guillaume can play second, third, and short. Same thing with Jankowski, can play all three outfield positions. Nito can play catcher. In an emergency, he can play first base. Everybody's versatile now. So it's not the end of the world where, in years past, 15 years ago, your bench is basically a minor league bench, basically. You didn't have a lot of big time guys or guys actually starting your team being on your bench. It's different nowadays in baseball. Most of these guys can start on a major league team. So I'm not too concerned about that because I guarantee you the opening day lineup, is going to be different from Friday's opening day lineup, Friday's lineup. I guarantee you that because I wouldn't be surprised if Buck Showalter puts JD Davis as the DH on opening day tomorrow against the lefty and Patrick Coleman. And then the next day, which will be a righty, I'm not sure who, but it's definitely a righty because I believe they have 4 righties in their rotation in the Nationals. You put Smith as your DH. So automatically your lineup's changing already. So we just have to wait and see. Frank, thank you so much for the super sticker, buddy. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Beard, absolutely. McGill for sure. I'm very happy for him. He worked his ass off last year. The Mets counted on him a lot last year with all the injuries to the rotation. And, let's be honest, without Stroman and McGill, this team would have probably fell apart in late July. And they held them as much as they could until August. But at least we know that the Mets with their depth now, it can easily be a stopgap for when these guys get healthy. But McGill deserves it. I don't know about Cy Young just yet, Beard, but if he can get, he reminds me of DeGrom, like I've been saying. His demeanor, he doesn't have the great stuff as DeGrom, but he's got a wicked fastball. He likes to throw his four-seamer. He got a couple of pitches that, breaking ball, he's still got to work on. His off-speed pitches are pretty good. McGill is a guy that if he can put all his craft together with his pitches, he can be one of the better pitchers in baseball. Giovanni, I hope the Giants coming back to earth this year because the Mets play him in April. So, let them come right back to earth. But that's why I put them in third place in the NL West, winning 90 games because I think it was just how can I say it? It was just I guess you could say a spark in the plan. It was like just a flash. I just think it was just a surprise moment for the Giants. I don't think they're going to be as good as last year. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they got Carlos Rodon, but I mean, Rodon, is a guy who can't really stay healthy. He was one of the guys I want the Mets to get, but I'd rather have Bassett over Rodon, honestly. But they did lose to Gossman, Bryant, Posey. It's a different team, but we'll see. Scoob, what's up, buddy? Rocky, how you doing? Yeah, I think Toronto's going to be fine, though. Let J-Ram lose a lot of games in Cleveland, because I guarantee you, in 2 years, I guarantee he's going to ask for a trade. He's going to be gone. Oh, I think I froze, guys. Give me a second. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. Wow, I froze. That sucks. Second. All right, so I got the crappy camera right now, guys. Got a little technical difficulties here, guys. All right, so I got to stay on my face, regular camera. Ugh, give me a second, guys. Jesus Christ. What a long day. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me a second. Camera's causing me major issues. Very, very sorry, guys. Oh, this is so annoying. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, I got to go to the crappy camera, but we work with that at the moment. All right, sorry about that, guys. My my regular camera just kind of went crazy on me, so we'll deal with this. It's a little darker, but It's better than nothing. Lane, what I would say is I put the Mets at 92 wins. So I think that's a good situation for the Mets. DeGrom hurts it a little bit, but I had the Mets at 92 wins with DeGrom healthy. So I kind of think that when it comes to stupid camera. When it comes to the Mets, I think if they can actually pitch well, and I think the offense is going to be pretty good, I also think that it's going to be a pretty good idea to give the Mets 92 wins. I think they're right on that border line right there of 92 wins. I think that's respectable. John Curtis. They did. Interesting. I didn't see that. Let's see. Interesting.
Yeah.
That is actually interesting about John Curtis. Let's see. John Curtis. Yeah, he was the pitcher for the Marlins, right? Reliever. And the Rays. All right. Let's see. Is he any good? 3.5 ERA last year. That's not too bad at all. Pitched for Miami and Milwaukee. Had a 2.48 ERA with Miami in 35 games, but was terrible for the Brewers with 12.46 ERA in 6 games. So, hey, I don't, he must be hurt, I think, too. I think PJ say he's not going to pitch in 2022. Okay. Aiden, they probably, I don't know if the Yankees, I think everybody's going to go after Juan Soto, honestly. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. But you know what? It's kind of interesting, though, when it comes to the with Juan Soto, but it's 3 years away, so I'm not too worried about that yet at the moment. Zachary, 95 plus wins. All right. Bring that confidence over to that Mets clubhouse. That's awesome. Once again, guys, sorry about the camera. I'm using my laptop camera because my regular camera crapped out on me for some reason. And instead of trying to fix it right now, I'd rather just, look like a fuzzy dark space right now. So I think his last year, they might trade him for sure. I don't think the Mets are going to be trading those guys anymore, Timothy. Yeah, I don't think the Yankees are going to get Montas because they didn't want to trade for Manaea. They didn't want to give up their prospects, so that's probably the issue. So once again, guys, don't forget to please hit on that like button so we can bring more people to the stream for the next 40 minutes or so. Let's keep on coming on with the comments, guys. Unfortunately, if you had comments before that, when I had to leave the stream real quick, I lost all the comments. So if I didn't see your comments, just keep on writing them again, guys. Robert, the New York Mets will acknowledge the San Francisco Giants. Oh, probably. Yeah, rally. They do have a good lineup. They're not great, but they're solid. They're definitely solid for sure. MB, you see the problem with the 90 wins. I don't think that's going to make the playoffs. That's the problem. It's going to be on the borderline of making the last wild card spot, in my opinion. So, yep, Aiden, for Judge, it has to be tomorrow. Maybe they'll call. It depends if they need a pitcher lane with Zapucki. He's a depth piece for sure. But at the moment, there's other guys in the minors that will probably come up before him. Yeah, I saw that tweet, Grant, that he took everybody out to Fogo de Chao. Yeah. Escobar's a great leader. And that's one thing, he's going to change that clubhouse 100%. But that's pretty cool for him, Escobar. That's awesome. Anything less than 3 out of 4 versus the Nats, exactly. I'd be very upset if they split the series. I'd be pissed. So at least 3 or 4 at the very least against the Nationals. Carlos says the Mets will win 90 games easy. If everybody stays healthy, I can agree with you on that one. Yeah, Escobar's a veteran. He's a solid professional player. That's why I'm not worried about that. Brad, how you doing, buddy? Tomorrow I'm gonna go live at 2 for the 2-hour pregame and go right into the Mets game at 4. So you're with me for a few hours, many hours actually. So yeah, I'm going live at 2:00 for a nice little pregame, and then we'll go right into the game at 4:00. So hopefully you tune in, buddy. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. Aiden, if those 3 guys are good, you have a pretty good chance. But if Chapman doesn't bounce back, you're in trouble. Yeah, MB, I think the rotation is going to stay what it is at the moment. But again, if Cookie and Walker don't pitch well, maybe the Mets will give Peterson and McGill a chance, or they might just go after another pitcher. La Potencia loves Cano, boy. I can only imagine if Cano hits a game-winning home run or a go-ahead home run. All right, Stoney, have some good eats, buddy. Yeah, that Bassett trade is so much more bigger now, considering the fact that DeGrom is hurt. I mean, just imagine if we didn't have Bassett. We would have probably made a stupid trade and gave up too many prospects for another pitcher. We would have had, and if we didn't make a trade, we would have had Scherzer, Cookie, Walker, McGill, Peterson. Jeez, that would be scary. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, but it wouldn't be good. Yeah, and the game's probably going to be delayed a little bit. Like I said, they got that 4 and 6 o'clock window where they can play the game, start the game, because it looks like there's less than a 60% chance of rain from 4 to 6. So that's the time they can probably get in the game. If they have to start a little bit later to dry off the field, fine. But I think they're definitely going to play tomorrow. Check what's going on around Twitter. All right. La Potencia says, "What do I think about Betances to the Dodgers? I don't think he's any good anymore. I think the Dodgers are trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Honestly, yeah, it's just I don't really care. Honestly, Robert says baseball is the only sport where you can lose 10 consecutive games and still be in contention. Yeah, look at the Braves last year; they were basically out of it in the first half. And look at the Nationals in 2019 in the first half. Those 2 teams, if you were to put money on them to make the playoffs, you would probably be a pretty have a nice little bank account at the moment with those odds. So baseball is a different type of game. 162 games is a long season. Yes, you can bury yourself early part of the year, but in the second half, you can bounce back and make the playoffs, especially with the extra team that's going to make the playoffs this year. Reality, absolutely. I think Lindor's going to have a very good year. Monster year, I wouldn't say that far. I know you say bounce back year, but definitely, like I said, he just seems more comfortable this year. I just think he was, he was shocked about the way New York was. I just didn't think he was ready for it. This year he just, like when he's talked to the media, he just seems more calm, like he gets it now. And I hope so. Oh, they did get the catcher from the Cubs. Victor. Okay. Well, for the Brewers. They're trying. I don't think so at the moment. I think they have their bullpen pretty set. Thomas says, Marte, big year. I agree. 100%. I think he's going to steal 40 bases this year, too, for the Mets. So, like I said, guys, when it comes to the lineup, I think this is what the opening day the lineup's going to look like. Let me just, oops, wrong one. Let me just pull it up. I'm just going to write it out real quick and then show it to you, and then we can discuss. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who am I missing? Let's see. Who the hell am I missing? Why am I confused there? Oh, duh. All right, I'm just getting it together right now, guys. Don't mind me. I'm just typing out the lineup so I can show you guys. Oh, that's not good. Don't look at that, guys. That's wrong. Okay, here we go. All right, that looks better now. Okay, cool. So this is what I think the lineup's going to be tomorrow. I think it's going to look like this. Because remember, guys, Patrick Corbin's on the mound tomorrow, left-handed pitcher. So I see it as this. Marte, Nimmo, Lindor, Alonso, Escobar, Davis, Kana, McCann, McNeil. Now, I would switch Connor or Davis, whichever one you want to put. But I like Escobar behind Alonso. I think he gives pretty good protection to Alonso. I definitely want Marte, Nimmo 1-2. Definitely. But I like McNeil in the 9 hole as being the second leadoff hitter. I like that very much. I think it works well with Jeff McNeil's offensive skills. Again, I think Davis is going to get the nod over Smith tomorrow and Cano because of the left-handed pitcher, and J.D. Davis mashes left-handed pitching. And I think it's a smart move by Buck if he does it to put Davis in at DH. Yeah, Jankowski didn't make the taxi squad for sure. All right, let's see. Jesus. So on Peacock for the Peacock app, the NBC Peacock app, the Sunday games, they're all like afternoon games. It looks like the Mets June 26th are playing the Marlins on Peacock at noon. So that's interesting. All right, let's see. What was I talking about? I'm sorry. Yeah, Jankowski's on the taxi squad at the moment. So, yeah, La Potencia. Like I said, Davis has really good numbers against Corbin. And on top of that, he just hits left-handers very well. And I think Buck Showalter is going to go on that mindset. And if he's going to work with the analytics a little bit, Davis is the right guy to go for the opening day. And like I said, as soon as Corbin comes out of the game, you can pick Dominic Smith as your DH and just take out Davis. You could do that very easily without a problem. Robert says Dodgers versus Mets, who will win? Again, on paper, I have to say the Dodgers. But I think if the Mets have a healthy rotation and DeGrom is back, I think you're going to have a hard time hitting them. But at the moment, the Dodgers. And Robert Rothberg says, who is your all-time favorite Met? My favorite Met is Ray Ordonez. He was my favorite player growing up, for sure. Hey, Andre, it's no problem, buddy. Hopefully, safely, you're moving back to LA, so be safe, buddy. At least you got the nice weather. Yeah, reality, I don't like Nimmo in the 1 spot. I think Nimmo's a better number 2 guy, only because he's a better on-base guy. He takes more pitches. And the reason why I want Marte leading off is because Brandon Nimmo takes a lot of pitches, which gives Marte more time to steal bases. And I think that's why I want Marte leading off. But again, we're on, Nito is not going to start. It's going to be McCann. Look, I like Nito too. I think he's going to be better offensively than James McCann. And I think they're probably the same defensively, but the Mets are going to play McCann for sure. Well, Brad, you know what? I like the DH because it's going to help the Mets, honestly. Roberto, no problem, buddy. Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. I do think I didn't like the DH at first. Like, I'm a National League guy at heart, but looking at the Mets roster, this team needs a DH. That's how important it is. So I think it's perfect for the Mets to have the DH now. Ooh, that's interesting. That's not a bad trade, though, for sure, La Potencia. Okay, Andre, that's cool. It really depends, Lane. I don't think McGill tomorrow is going to go past 5 innings. So you're going to be using your bullpen. You can see 3 or 4 bullpen arms tomorrow for sure. Robert, I mean, I don't have the confidence that you have in the Giants. I think they shocked a lot of people last year, but I think they're going to come back to reality this year. I don't think they're going to be a bad team. You know, I put them as to win 90 games. So, you know, that's no, you know, bad team in my mind. But I just think they're going to lose some games to the Padres and the Dodgers. That's what I think the problem is. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that Padres trade. I tend to agree, but getting, you know, 3 guys for a part-time player in Smith is not terrible. Chris, I couldn't agree with you more. The Mets need to get to a hot start. Like I said, the first 9 games of the year are, well, 7 out of the 9 games is against Arizona and Washington, 2 very bad teams. The Mets got to beat their asses. You know, we can split the Philly series, the 2-game series, Monday and Tuesday, or is it a 3-game series? I think it's a 2-game series. I could be wrong. I got so many games in my head right now because I'm looking at my tickets. Let me just check the schedule. Jeez, driving me nuts over here. It's a 3-game series. Excuse me. See, that's why I'm all over the place. So we got 4-3. We got 10 games with no days off for a while. So we got 10 games. 7, 10, yes. 10 games, 7 of them, 6 of them are against bad teams in the Nationals and the Diamondbacks. You have to beat those. You got to win the series. Take 3 out of 4 against the Nationals, 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks, and try to win the series against the Phillies, and you'll be okay. But they have to get off to a hot start. 100% agree. Yeah, La Potencia. I don't know. Like, honestly, I do have a couple of pitches there. I'm probably just going to pick up you know, a decent pitcher that will give me some innings, give me, you know, at least give me some points here and there. Thomas, let me see your yeah, see, I like that. See, I like McNeil number 9 only because he's a type of leadoff hitter, and I think it works for them. So putting them in 9th, but it's not a bad lineup that you have over there, Thomas. Yeah, Christian, I agree. Like you said, you were here yesterday when I showed the division. I have the Giants winning 90 games and being in 3rd place. I think that's pretty fair considering that they're not going to have another 100-win season. And I think they're going to come back to reality a little bit. Andre DeGrom is opting out. He said it. And he's still opting out if he doesn't pitch. I just think it's just that simple. Yeah, but you know what also is the problem, Robert, with Longoria, Crawford, and Belt? They're old. They're another year older. And, you know, can you expect these guys to be healthy for a whole year? That's the concern that you have. You know, they're very good players, no doubt about it. But they have to have the performance they had last year. And can you count on that again? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But, you know, it's not like I'm telling you they're going to win 80 games. I'm telling you they're going to win 90. You know, they just got a tough division. That's the problem with the Dodgers at the Padres at the top. I'm going to say they're going to go full gray tomorrow, which I love the gray road uniforms. But you know what? They might pull out the gray pants with the blue jersey. Oh yeah, Posey wasn't great for them, but that he was that leader in the clubhouse, which Belt and Crawford can definitely be. But they will miss Posey for sure. All right, PJ, say have a good day, buddy. Yeah, I think they're just gonna stick to the home black. I do like the New York black jerseys as well. They're just gonna stick to the black jerseys on Friday. So let's hope we have a better record on Friday with the black jerseys at home because we sucked last year. I mean, the first time he wore the black jerseys was Carrasco's first start last year, and he gave up a leadoff home run with the first pitch, and it kind of ruined the mood. Robert, that was actually my World Series teams, the Dodgers and the Blue Jays, and I have the Blue Jays beating the Dodgers in 7. So I agree with you with the two teams. Yeah, I agree. But again, if you put money on the Giants winning 100 games in the beginning of the year, you would be a rich man right now. Nobody thought they were going to do that. And I just don't think they're going to be able to have that same year as last year because they're not going to sneak up on teams anymore. The Giants snuck up on a lot of teams last year. A lot of these teams are probably going in and like, oh, we can take the series. And the Giants just ended up being good. They stayed healthy for the most part, and everybody had really good years. Can you expect that from the veterans again? I don't know. I honestly don't know, Robert. Michael, I agree. Let's go. We got, in less than 24 hours, we'll be watching a game right now. Hopefully, with the rain. Yeah, Chris, I was at that game. I'll never forget. I was sitting in section 516, I believe, or 514, and I have my black jersey on. I got my what was that? My black. I think I had what black jersey did I have? My black DeGrom jersey. I was ready to go, and boom! Like I didn't even basically take a bite out of my hot dog yet, and Carrasco gives up a first pitch home run. I'm standing there like, are you kidding me? I was so pissed. Everybody was pumped up with the black jerseys for the first time in what 20 years. They came out with the Back in Black song and all that. Oh, it was beautiful. And Carrasco decided to blow it up really quickly. Robert, I picked the Jays to win because I can't stand the Dodgers, and I'll be damned as a Met fan to pick the Dodgers. So, but it's not like the Jays are a bad team. I do think the problem with the Dodgers is the rotation is a little bit concerning to me after Bueller. I look, the Dodgers are a juggernaut. There's no doubt about that. I worry about their bullpen a tad. Their lineup is obviously awesome. I can't question that. But I worry about their rotation after Bueller. And I think that the Blue Jays are just good. Like I said, they go in 7 games. So, and I think the Blue Jays are just going to narrow it out, in my opinion. I am a little surprised that he signed back with the Guardians, but you can't pass up that deal. You just can't. But again, I think in 2 years, when he's fed up losing 90 games over the next couple of years, he's going to ask for a trade. So I'm not too worried about that. Me personally, Robert, baseball would be upset, but I love 1-run games. I love it. 1-0 games, 1-2-1. I love low scoring games. Give me a great pitcher's duel, and I'll be happy. I'm a guy that likes to do scorecards during games. I like to score the game, and it's one of my things that I love to do. And it's a lot nicer to look at than you have a low scoring game. That's just me, but I love low scoring games. Yes, it's exciting to have a lot of runs scored, but then there's pitching changes and pitchers suck. And give me a 2-1 ball game, 1-0 ball game. I like that any day of the week. Yes, tactical. I'm gonna get it right one day. Do you think Scherzer will be healthy to start the season? Yeah, he's ready to go. He's pitching on Friday, so I'm not too worried about it. Again, Scherzer knows his body. I trust what he says. He'll be ready to go. Don't expect him to pitch 8 innings. He'll probably go 6 for his first stop, and I'm not too worried about him. Yeah, I saw that trade. The Padres traded Caratini to the Brewers. Yes. Excuse me. No, exactly, Grant. Marte's a beast. Like he's in great shape at what 32 years old. He's in great shape. So I trust him. Honestly, I do. He's not a guy that is. He looks like a home run hitter. Like physique wise, he looks like a home run hitter. But he's gonna hit 295, 300 for us. He's just a good ball player, and he's jacked for sure. Don't worry, Tactical. You good. You good. You got him. Don't worry. Look, I picked Jacob DeGrom as my number one pick. Look what happened to me. Now my rotation's already. I mean, I have a pretty good rotation still. I got pretty good pitchers in my fantasy league, but I mean, I had DeGrom. Now I gotta search for another crappy pitcher. Maybe I'll make a trade. I don't know yet. All right, guys. So we got about 15 minutes left. So bring in all your questions, your opinions. Getting ready for the New York Mets season. Finally, thank God. I'm so sick of talking about the lockout and all that other nonsense that we don't need to talk about anymore. Hey, Joe, you made it. Hey, you said you were going to make it. You did. I trust your word. Joe's a guy I speak a lot about on Twitter. We basically talk every day. Yes, Joe, and the lockout, right? The lockout's not over until tomorrow at 4:00. That's the way I see it. He eats a lot of platanos. Hey, platanos are good, even for a white guy like me. Oh, sorry, Andre. I missed your Robert. I'll get to your comment in a second. Andre, what do you think Smith will become disconnect with? No. He already said it when they spoke to him. He said he's happy to be here. He'll play any role the Mets need him to play. He's happy. He's going to get a lot of playing time. He is. I guarantee you, game 2, he's going to be playing. He's going to be starting in the lineup. It just so happens you're facing a lefty, which I think Buck is smart enough to put JD Davis, who's a guy who can mash lefties. I mean, yeah, lefties. So Dominic Smith will be in the lineup, if not late in the game. He'll definitely be in the lineup in game 2. Oh, hell yeah, MB. Definitely. The MLB free agent frenzy was a huge success, and I appreciate all the support that I got. I mean, I was getting 400 viewers like regularly in the free agent frenzy. So definitely during the trade deadline, and the trade deadline is August 2nd. So probably that week of the trade deadline, I'll probably do most of the time I'll go live during the game. So probably do an early trade deadline special. Definitely I'll do that for sure. Probably a couple of streams for sure. It looks like I was trying to do it earlier, Lane. Looking at the rotation, the way it would start. So the Mets have no off days, but I was thinking that they play the Phillies Monday and Tuesday only. They play on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So McGill goes to tomorrow. Friday, Scherzer, then Bassett Saturday, Carrasco or Walker, whichever one, is Sunday. So either Carrasco or Walker is on Monday. On Monday. And then McGill will pitch Tuesday. So no, I think Bassett's got the home opener. Bassett's going to have the home opener. But again, with rain and weather, you never know. Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Oh man, Joe, that was like constant. Remember when we almost had a deal and we thought we had a deal and we were all excited and then all of a sudden it says no deal? Like, But you know what? Lockout ends tomorrow, basically. We get baseball. And like I said earlier, guys, if you're just tuning in, it is poetic that the New York Yankees can't play their opener tomorrow because guess what? The real team in New York gets to play on their own and gets the spotlight. So, ha ha. Okay, that was my little joke. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He would pitch the finale of the Philly series. If it works out that way. Because if he pitches on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and the fifth day is Wednesday. Yeah, so he'll miss the home opener, but it's lined up for Chris Bassett to be the pitcher for the home opener, which is fine. I'm good. Like I said, I'm not crazy. I don't care because it sucks that I think in 2019 it was the same thing. The Mets played 2 series before their home opener. I hate that. But unfortunately, because we started later, we kind of ended up on the road trip first. And, we were supposed to be at home on March 31st against the Nationals. So it is what it is. Yeah, talk about both lineups of those teams, Robert. Woof. It's rough. Well, Robert, the reason why he was reluctant because when they offered it to him prior to the 2021 season, he thought he was going to have a good year and get a lot more. So, he bet on himself, but he's not. He didn't. It didn't work out. It happens, That's why baseball is a great game because you never know. Ryan, what's up, buddy? Thank you for tuning in. Joe, unfortunately, because of the weather, I didn't want to risk it going. I would have went after work tomorrow around 10, and I would have drove to DC with my friends. But because of the weather, I can't risk having a long rain delay, and because it's going to take about 4 hours coming back, I would probably be late for work, and I don't want to mess with it right now because I am, calling out and taking days off for the home opener and the weekend series. So I was trying to be. Unfortunately, I'm not going to DC at all. Unfortunately, I was trying to work it out. If it was a nice day tomorrow, there would be no problem. The game would start on time. I would drive from my job to DC. I would get out 10 o'clock, 10:30 in work. 4 hours. I would have been in by 2:30. Get there just in get an hour before the game. It would be perfect. Game ends at 7:30. Drive back. I would have enough time get to work. But it would be a lot. So I just decided to save my days for the home opener and the weekend at home. Andre, no news about Conforto. I don't think you ain't going to hear no news about Conforto until the draft. Because that's when the draft pick compensation is done. Is not attached to him anymore. All right, Sean, have a good night, buddy. Yeah, exactly. I can watch Gary Keith and Ron. I can go live throughout the whole game now instead of just the 5th inning with you guys. So it'll be fun. I'll be doing my scorecard, so you'll see me down like this a lot. You'll see the top of my hat most of the time. Like I said, guys, got the scorebook. I'm ready. I actually had let's see. I actually had DeGrom written in early, and I don't know if you could see it, but I have the white out there. I whited it out right there. I whited it out because I didn't know who was gonna pitch, and I had to white it out this morning. So I'm ready. I got my book, got my colorful pens that I got from Amazon, ready to go. I don't play with my scorecards. Thank you, Robert. I try my best. Honestly, I do. Again, don't get me wrong. It's a lot easier with 40, 50 people. But, when it gets a little crazy with numbers, I try to get everybody. But thank you, Robert. Thank you for noticing. It should be on SNY tomorrow, MB. Yeah, Joe, I don't think it's going to go that late. I think because they have a window between 5 and 6 to start the game. If they can start the game around 5:36 or even 5:30, it's going to be clear for that moment. So it should be fine. So about 10 minutes left, guys. I wanted to get everything in. Just so you know, guys, tomorrow's game, 4:05. But because it's opening day, because there's a lot of excitement, I will be going live at 2 o'clock tomorrow for a pregame. So a 2-hour pregame leading right up to the game. And hopefully everybody can join and have fun, and probably be a lot more people in the stream tomorrow because the game will be live. We will be live. I'm going to have the radio call as I did in that spring training game. I think it was last week. with the game day on the screen and everything like that. So you're going to get Wayne Randazzo and Harry Rose. You're going to get the game day on the screen. You're going to get my insight between the innings, like I did during our spring training game. It was a lot of fun the last time. A lot of people liked it. So I'm going to do it again. If you guys like it, we'll keep on doing it that way. Lane, no beers because I do got to work right after the stream probably. So yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. I got my seltzer. Unfortunately, I like a beer. That would be nice. The Mets make you drink, so there will be a time when this team just makes you drink. So, but no beers. I gotta be responsible at work. I do drive a forklift. We don't need no damage. I'll have imaginary beers. I could put the seltzer in a beer can, and it looks like I'm drinking. So once again, guys, don't forget, if you haven't hit on that like button yet, please do. So when the stream ends, it can get to the top of the list so people can start replaying it. What's even more funny about the streams is that lately, over the last 2 weeks or so, I've been getting about 6, 7, 8, almost 1,000 replays of the stream. So, you guys, just because you guys hit on that like button, the stream goes at the top of the list for replays. And that's usually a pretty good sign that you guys, it all depends on the how active the chat is and the like button. So you guys been really good. And I appreciate that. Sledge, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I don't. I can definitely take a skid of beer, right? But I have to take it before I start drinking because then I'll just break everything. Yeah, I wish all the stadiums were retractable. It just makes so much sense. It sucks in the Northeast that you have to freeze your ass off or worry about rain. Like I think in 2016 when I went to opening day, it was like 40 degrees. It was freezing. The sun was out, but it was freezing. And it just makes sense to put retractable roofs on all these stadiums. Brad, you know what's funny? I'm one of those more common type of food eater. Like I'm more concerned about the game. Before the game, I'll walk around, say hello to my friends, hang out, have a beer. I'm not very big on like eating different concessions, different restaurants that have foods and stuff like that. I'm very basic. Give me my chicken fingers, my chicken tenders and fries, and a beer or a soda. I'm good. I'm not crazy with like, maybe I'll try something new every now and then when they have the new stuff, but I'm not crazy on the new stuff. I'm simple. Honestly, like I'm a cheap date. Chicken tenders and fries. I'm good. What am I gonna do after the stream tonight? Get 3 hours of sleep before work. Lindor goes deep tomorrow. I love that. That sounds nice. MB with Lindor, Escobar, Marte all go deep. Let's go. 10-0 Mets tomorrow. Everybody's getting excited. I love it. Bring all that excitement tomorrow, guys, at 2 p.m. Like I said, guys, once again, I'm going to end it in a few minutes. 2 o'clock. The stream's going to go up right after this stream is over. So as soon as you get off the stream, guys, just go right on my page, Talking Mets at Rob. Click on the game stream tomorrow and hit on that like button early. If you hit on the like button early before the stream, so many more people are going to see the stream at the top of their list before 2 o'clock. So we're going to have massive amount of people on here tomorrow. I want over 100 views constantly tomorrow, guys. And it's not just me. It's all up to you guys as well. So once again, as soon as you get off the stream, give me about 5 to 10 minutes to post the stream. When I post it, make sure you go right to my channel, look for the stream, click on that like button. So tomorrow, before 2 o'clock, we have about 10, 15, 20 likes. It's going to skyrocket the views right away. And that's what we want. We want more people here. For sure. They have more fun. Yeah, Atlanta can, keep that burger. $141 for a burger. Listen, I'll put my own burger on a grill. The hell with the $141. Get the hell out of here. You crazy? $141. And you know what? There'll be stupid asses to pay that. A lot of people will. MB 6 o'clock, buddy. I'm ending in at 6. So you're good to go. But yeah, guys. So once again, guys, don't forget, as soon as the stream ends, give me about 10 minutes. Stream goes up for tomorrow. Click on that game stream. Hit on that like button. It's very important to hit on that like button because it's going to be, I want a lot of people, just like we had during the lockout and the free agent frenzy streams, get all the Met fans together. We might even get national fans in here. You never know. And it'll be fun for the first 2 hours of the pregame and getting ready for first pitch at 4:05. Hayden, I saw your comment. How many home runs Alonso this year? I'm going to go 41. How's that sound? I think he has enough protection in this lineup. I think he can hit 41 home runs. Yeah, me, I'm not a big burger person. I'm really not. Once in a blue moon, I'll have my hot dog and fries every now and then. But like I said, I'm very happy with the chicken tenders and fries. And it's like I said, I have a couple of sodas. If I know I got to go to work, I won't drink. So just some soda. I'm good. I'm very basic. I'm a cheap date, guys. Baseball game and chicken tenders. I'm good. I'll be a happy husband. Tell you that. Oh, MB, of course. We're going to have fun with the Nats fans. That's always fun. All right, guys. So we're going to end the stream right now, guys. Once again, guys, around 6:05, I'm going to post the stream. Just go right to my channel and you will see it. I'm going to post it on my community page. So it'll be easy for you guys to see. Go on the channel. Click on that stream. Hit on that like button. Don't forget to do that, guys. As quickly as possible before tomorrow. All right, guys? So once again, guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in today for the 2022 Mets season preview. Let's hope to have a good season. 90-plus wins. That's what we want. No doubt about it. We're going to have fun tomorrow, guys. Let's hope the rain holds up so we can have a good time. And the blue and orange is going to be in center stage because the Yankees are not playing tomorrow. So it's all Mets 24/7 tomorrow, guys. So have a good night, guys. Happy opening day tomorrow. Let's have fun. Thank you for the support. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets. Have a good night, guys.